Kisakiukie hukaklik malten, shak nupkunana, hunani tunachapalki, aki hukakikaki akiskanak, husukilchonini nasamiatki. Hi there, my name is Martina, and I am a Ktunaxa woman from the Kiskanak First Nation, and I will soon be a graduate student at the University of Victoria studying a Master's of Indigenous Language Revitalization. I'm inspired to embark on this education and career journey because I've been learning my language since I was very young from an elder in my community who passed away when I was 12, and the language resources and opportunities to learn were few and far between. My grandmother, who raised me, was an Indian residential school survivor at the Escutin Indian Residential School, now formerly known as the St. Eugene Mission Resort and Casino. My grandma just passed away a month and a half ago, so I'm still getting used to that. And I also have two children, aged 4 and 8, who I'm motivated to pass down the language to, as well as future generations. My education and career goals connect to opportunities at BC Hydro in ways that directly support BC Hydro's UN declaration and TRC calls to action implementation plans, such as through respectful relations, social and cultural well-being, decision-making, water, land and environment, and economic relations. So some of the skills that I already bring to the space that I work in are facilitating community engagement in culturally safe ways, supporting meaningful consultation, translating technical projects into community relevant language, and bringing forward community voices, including elders and language holders. And my studies in Indigenous language revitalization and wellness prepare me to support organizations like BC Hydro in culturally grounded engagement, policy development, and relationship building with Indigenous nations. The personal traits and qualities that will help me to be a successful student include my motivation and drive to always be a better person than I was yesterday. I'm extremely motivated in this field of Indigenous language revitalization for many reasons that I already mentioned, but as well as the fact that the Ktunaxa language is a critically endangered language isolate. Language isolate is a language that is like no other language in the world, and once our fluent speakers, who are all elderly, are gone, it's going to be very hard to reclaim and revitalize. And so I'm committed to supporting the development of resources for Indigenous language revitalization for not only my language, but others. And I know that this directly relates to energy in ways that our languages hold essential knowledge about caretaking for the land and water, which is directly connected to BC Hydro and energy saving in and across all spaces like BC Hydro. The times in my life when skills in leadership, problem solving, creativity, organization made a difference in the lives of others in my community school or work. Well, I can think of a clear example in some of the projects that I lead in the work I do right now in community planning. I've been leading a project around nation healing from the toxic drug crisis, as well as a project around transcription program development. And so my skills in leadership have been able to bring community partners together to plan for both addressing the toxic drug crisis, as well as creating a program that is scalable across communities and preserves the voices of our fluent speakers and elders in a organized way that supports not only our fluent speakers to engage, but also our learners and our community members as well. And something that's important to me as I look to the future and what I'm passionate about. Well, I look forward to seeing Indigenous languages in spaces like BC Hydro, as well as across all sectors of well-being and community planning. And I'm extremely passionate about the fact that I would like to see a 4-year degree in Ktunaxa language revitalization offered so that learners like me can engage with language in a way that is sustainable and accredited. And thank you for the opportunity to apply.